Good morning, little buddy. Good morning. Good morning. I was wondering where you was this morning. Yeah, I was wondering where you was this morning. You got stickers on you. You got stickers. You gonna come give a garden tour with me? I wanted to show you I still do have some stuff living. My poor tomato plants over there, I don't think they're gonna survive. This heat's getting to them. My basil don't seem to mind it as long as I keep it watered. I've got several of those. And I got squash coming up there. I've got Swiss chard there. I've got my basil here. And I think that Swiss chard coming up in there with it. But I don't know if it's going to survive. We still got like 106, 107 degree temperatures here. I got my moonflower still living in that one pot. They give up out there in the rock garden because I couldn't keep it watered. Hopefully some of them will come back next year. My stuff in my wishing well is alive. It gets partial shade during the day. So, well, what do you think, little buddy? Huh? What do you think? You wanting breakfast this morning? Huh? You wanting breakfast this morning? Huh? Are you wanting something to eat this morning? You got a sticker on your neck. Let me get it. There. Yeah, he wants something to eat. Let me get his bowl of food. Well, you got to move so look at this. Let me get him his bowl of food out and he can be eating. Here you go. He'll eat that while I'm walking around here. But you can see my yard, my grass. I don't have grass. It's potato chips. It's burnt to a crisp. Which I don't care anything about that anyway. My okra, some of it's still hanging on. My rose bushes are alive, but they're turning brown. If we don't pretty soon get some rain, I just don't know if they're going to survive or not. I just don't know. But everything is just wilted down. See how hot it is already? My pepper in that middle pot is all wilted. But it'll perk back up this afternoon. And as I said, my winter squash that I replanted is coming up. Both places. I'm just hoping it'll survive this time. I've got okra. Two pieces of okra there this morning. But everything else is just about giving up. Moonflowers, they're living. And see, I got squash and winter squash, yellow squash. Some other stuff coming up. But I don't know if it'll survive. I got basil there. Pepper plant that doesn't look too good. If it'll cool off and just rain a little bit, it might survive. My poor pepper plants there are giving up. My shark fin squash gave up. And look at there. I had some growing too. It just got so hot. Just got too hot on it. My peppers there is giving up. I got peas started in my grow bags. Peas have survived there. They'll get ready to grow back up as soon as it cools off a little bit. Swiss chard. And I've got I don't know if that's a melon vine or what that is, but it survived in that pot. But it's growing down to the ground. My basil has survived here, but it looks like all the tomato plants are giving up. But the basil is growing. Pepper plant. See, my tomato plant's just giving up. It's too hot on it. That basil's growing pretty though. I just don't know. Most of it's just... Those rose bushes will come back if it'll pretty soon cool off a little bit. Tomato plant there, peppers. And I put shade over that pepper plant, but I don't think it's going to make it. It's just too hot on it. Swiss chard. So like I'm saying, if you plant your Swiss chard, as long as you keep it watered, it'll grow. Even in the heat. Those pepper plants get some shade during the day, so they're doing okay. So far, anyway. Those pepper plants are doing all right, but that tomato plant that's growing in the middle is giving up. Look at this okra. I need to bring something out here to cut those. They don't want to quite break off. So I'll come back out here later with a knife and cut those. Got peppers there growing. The tomatoes are still alive, but they're just like these maromas. See, they're putting out little tomatoes, but you know, they're just not very big Roma tomatoes. I mean, they're not supposed to be very big anyway, but they're supposed to be a little bit bigger than that. You know? Got okra there that needs to be cut. Look at that. So I'll have to come back out here with a knife and cut that. And remember, we planted some onions in there, walking onions. And some of them are coming up above the ground. You have to be careful when you water because it will wash them up. Those tomato plants are hanging on. My cabbages and my tree collards. My beets. Peppers. And see how this stuff is doing since I moved it in the shade. Swiss chard's looking good. My peppers are looking good since I moved them over here. I lost one though. And I got a squash growing. My tomato plants are giving up back here. It's just, tomato plants do not like the extreme heat. Got a few things growing back there. Beets. Tomato plant's still hanging on, but I don't know. Like I said, if we don't pretty soon get some rain and some cooler temperatures, none of this is going to survive. Tomato plants through here are hanging on. And they will produce tomatoes if it cools off a little bit. If it keeps on like it's going, they're not going to survive either. Need to come out here and harvest my Swiss chard. These cabbages out here have just given up. It's too hot on them. They're still alive, but the leaves will burn up. And my clematis, remember last year it was so pretty and all blooming now? It's just all burned up now. I mean, it'll come back later, but right now it's not doing anything. My poor rose bushes out on the property line are just about gone. I have no hope for them. Okra there is trying to hang on, but it's not looking good. We just desperately need rain, y'all. And look at these rose bushes. I mean, the plant itself is still green. You can see the stems going down to the root. But if we don't pretty soon change this weather, even these rose bushes are not going to survive. I mean, this one has just about had it. I don't know if it'll even come back from the root or not. Look at that. My beautiful rose bush. So, and everything over here is just burning up. My rose bush in the middle looks like it's just about shot. Not much of it's left green anymore. I mean, if we get rain now, pretty soon, there might be hope. If it continues on like it's going, nothing is going to survive in my yard. Nothing. So, I just wanted to give you an update on that. Let's see if I can get my few things here with my camera. Looks like he's eat all his food. I don't know where he went. Little buddy, where are you? Little buddy. Kitty, kitty. Put these down. There he is. I don't think he's too anxious to go back out right now. It's getting too hot out there. He says it's getting too hot out there. Might let him stay in for a little bit and let him cool off. Oh, I'm sweating no longer than I've been out there. Ain't that right, little buddy? It's too hot. You're going to lay down there on that cool floor. Cool his belly off. Look at that. He's cute. He's a cute kitty. Isn't that precious? Man, no more than I was out there, I got sweat going down my back. He says, I'm going to stay in here and cool off. It's all right with you. It's going to be another 106 degrees day today, unfortunately, with no rain. Whew. hot, y'all. I wanted to get started on my door to the bedroom so I could get my bedroom floor done. But y'all, it's too hot to do anything outside. Even at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's too hot out there. I end up making myself sick just trying to be out there to do anything. So it looks like I'm going to have to wait till the weather cools off a little bit. And we got that tropical storm headed toward the Gulf of Texas, but it's staying south of us. It's not going to come up north central Texas. It's going to be all down south of Houston, which is way out of our range. We're not going to get any of that rain. Not a drop of it. He's laying there close to that vent because he knows that floor is cool. Coolest spot to lay on is close to where those vents come up. Whew, my hair is wet with sweat just walking around the yard the few minutes I was out there. And I got to go back out there and get some of that okra that I tried to break off a while ago and it wouldn't. Cool off a minute before I do that, though. It's too hot out there. Ain't that right, little buddy? Isn't it too hot? Yes, it is. I let him come in to eat because it's hot out there. Let him cool off a little bit. Let him cool off while he's eating. I had him some tuna fish in there this morning with the rest of his food, so he liked that, I know. Whew. Oh, Lord, it's hot. I don't know how much more of this heat anybody can take, or any of the animals outside can take. Evidently, they've not been seeding the clouds to get us some rain. That would help tremendously. Yeah, even the little kitty cats like to come in and cool off for a few minutes. Get a break from that heat. Ain't that right, little buddy? Yeah, that's right, little buddy. Even little critters like you like to come in and get out of the heat a little bit. Yeah. Just want to cool off a few minutes. Yeah, just want to cool off a few minutes. Yeah, I know that cool floor feels good to his belly. Feels real good to his belly. Well, I just wanted to give you a update on the garden, which it's not much of a garden left out there. And I just watered yesterday, a little bit. And everything is just wilted down like crazy today just after one day of heat. Because when it gets 104, 105 degree weather, you can water every day, and that heat and the sun evaporates that water in a day. So I'm just doing the best I can and hope for the best. That's all anybody can do. If I lose everything, then I do, and I'll replant next spring. I don't know if I'm going to try to fool with a fall garden any more than what I've already got out there. Just seems like I'm fighting a losing battle this summer. Like I said, I've already replanted some stuff, Swiss chard, winter squash, yellow squash, zucchini. And it's come up, but I don't know if it's going to survive. Everything I've replanted so far came up, it looked good, and then it just gave in to the heat and died. So, we'll see what happens. So, little buddy and I want to thank you for hanging out with us today, this morning, giving us a few minutes of your time. Please like, share, and subscribe to my video. And from little buddy and myself, we'll wish you a good day. And we'll see you on our next one. Bye now.